Hey, best self family, welcome back to the best. Welcome back to our channel. In today's episode, this is kind of different because we're going to talk about our worth and what I wish I knew about it. Because knowing your worth is very important and it's never too late. The day when you understand it, that's the beginning of your life to become you as a person. But in today's episode, I want to be honest with you about something, and I'll drive you back to a little about my story. For so long, I thought I knew my worth. I carried myself like a woman who had it all figured out. You know what it means when you think you have it all? That was me. I was a dream girl, a young fashion designer who used to make things happen. And underneath of all that, if I am being honest, trustworthy, I had only a partly understanding of where my worth came from. Just partly. Part of it was in God. That's what I knew. I knew that in my head, I had heard it enough times. But knowing something in your head and let it settle into the bones of how you actually live, those are two different things. Because the other part of my worth, it was sitting in everything I could point to. In what I had built, the designs, the sales, recognition, feeling of being someone who was making it. If that work was going well, I could feel or I felt valuable. That was me. If it was not, something in me quietly deflated. Those are two things. In how I looked, my appearance, my image, the version of me that people saw from the outside. I didn't realize how much of my sense of self was wiped up in that until much later. In being needed, in being the one people came to, the one who had things together, the one who could be counted on. Being needed felt like a proof to me, the proof that really mattered, a proof that I had a right to take up space. That was me. And then everything went mess. And when it did, I remember the achievement felt uncertain, the image cracked, and the person I thought needed me turned out to be a different gender. All of those foundations started to shake, because that is what happens when you build your worth on things that can be taken away from you. When things shift, the worth feels like it shifts with them. And the loneliest part of it all, when someone treats me as less, when his words and his action communicated that I was not enough, that I was not even chosen for who I was, but for what I had. Part of me believed it, but quietly, in that moment, when I was most honest with myself, part of me wondered if they were right. And that is the thing about worth built on a wrong foundation. When life gets hard, it does not just happen when life gets hard. It leaves you defensiveless against the voice that tells you that you are less. And if your worth lives in what you do and what you have, maybe how people see you, then the moment someone sees you differently, you have nothing solid to stand on. That's the thing I learned on this. So, I want to tell you about this woman in the Bible, whose story I have thought about more than almost any other. Her name was Hagar. She was a servant, which in her world meant she had no status, no rights, no power over her own life. She didn't even choose the circumstances she was born into. She did not choose to be given to Abraham by Sarah. She did not choose any of the things that happened to her. Just imagine that. And when she became pregnant, the household became unbearable. She ran alone into the desert. Those are the three things. Ran alone into the desert, with nothing but herself and the child growing inside her. In other words, this woman was worth nothing to the world around her. That's what it means. And God found her. God found that woman when she was alone in the desert. Not in the place, in the desert, alone and done. So, this is what the scripture tells us. She gave this name to the Lord who spoke to her. You are the God who sees me, for she said, I have now seen the one who sees me. Eli, Eloi, the God who sees me. That's the words of this woman, Hagar. Not the God who sees my achievement, not the God who sees my appearance, neither my uselessness or my reputations, but the God who sees me. Underneath everything, Hagar did not have a single internal thing to justify her worth in that moment. And she was even seen completely, valid completely, and made completely. Her worth was never in what she had or what she could do. It was already in her. It was always in her. It just took the desert to strip everything else away so he could finally see it. Just one thing, alone and desert. That is not a comfortable truth, but that is a freezing one. Okay. And this is what I understood. Worth is not something you build. I want to speak to you directly now, just you as a person. Just sit down, listen. Maybe you have been doing what I was doing, building your worth on things you can't point to. Maybe a career, a role, how you look, how much people need you, being the strong one, the one who holds everything together. And maybe, like me, life has shaken some of those things, or taken them, or revealed that person you were holding it together for was not holding you in return. And maybe in the quiet moments, you have let someone's treatment of you become the measure of your worth. You have let their smallest of vision for you to become the size you treated to fix yourself into. Just think about it. I want you to listen to this. Please listen. Your worth is not something you build, which means it's not something that can be unbuilt. It's not something that you earn. It's not something that you can be taken from you when you stop performing well enough to earn it. That's not what it means. What it means is it was already in you before you designed a single thing, before anyone else noticed you, before you were needed by anyone, before you were even chosen or unchosen by anyone. That's what I wish I had known. Not as a concept, but a reality, fact, and truth. All right, now let me tell you this. A woman who knows that her worth is inherent and not earned, she makes different decisions. She does not rush into something because she is terrified of being left behind. She does not slick herself to fit someone else's limitations. She even does not believe the voice that tells her she's less, because she has something underneath that voice that simply knows that she's the best in life. I keep returning to this Psalms 139. It's very important as we ladies, as we women, on our becoming, because it does not talk about worthy as something you achieve. It talks about it as something you woven into before you even existed. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. Let me repeat it. Fearfully and wonderfully made. Not fearfully and wonderfully made if performed well enough. Let's understand that. Not fearfully and wonderfully made when some people recognize it. Not fearfully and wonderfully made once you have earned the rights to believe it. It's already completely as you. Fearfully and wonderfully made. The only work left is not to build that worth. It is to maximize it, to step into it fully, to stop living smaller than it and become it. When you relate my story with Hagar's story is the something I missed out. So what I want to leave you with are these very gentle invitations. Very things to begin with. I learned them, they helped me on my journey, and I'm still doing them. One of it is notice what you're using as a proof of your value. This is very important. Just notice. When you feel good about yourself, what just happened? When do I feel less than? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself. What just really happened? Are you measuring your worth by what you produced, how you looked, or whether someone needed you? You can't measure what you don't see. Meaning you have to just see it first and then measure it. Just not first without judgment, but with honesty. Second thing is that practice taking up space without earning it first. Speak up without waiting to be sure you have something perfect to say. Just speak it out. Be you as a person. Rest without finishing everything on your list first. Receive a compliment without even deflecting it, or maybe immediately returning to it. Those small acts of occupying space without justifying your rights to be there, they are not arrogance. That's not pride. They are practices. Practice in living like a woman whose presence does not need to be heard. That's what we are supposed to be. Ladies, wake up. So this takes me to the third one. Find one place where you let yourself be seen without the harm. Just being one person, maybe one journal, one quick moment with God, where you let down the internal proof that let yourself be seen as you actually are. Hagar found El Roi in the desert, not at her best, in her most stripped back, variable, undone moments. That's where worth is met, is seen, is discovered, is maximized. And that's what we need to focus on. Here is what I know that I wish I had known then. Worth is not something you build. It's not something you even earn by being the dream girl as I was, or a successful designer, or a woman everyone needs. It was already in you. It will be still in you if every one of those things fell away. The work is not construction here, and it's neither perfection. The work is excavation, stripping back the wrong foundation, the achievement and the appearance and the being needed, and finding underneath all of it something that was never actually missing. Girls, ladies, just waiting to be lived. And when you live from that place, from the worth that is inherent, not earned, everything changes. The way you speak, the way you look, the way you imagine, the way you experience. I just love those moments. The day when I found my worth, the day when I maximized it, I'm not the same lady. The decision you make are very important. The things you tolerate, the people you allow into your story, the version of yourself you are willing to settle for. You stop accepting less, not because you're suddenly fearless, just because something in you simply knows that you are the best. Now, if you're ready to go even deeper with this, of finding you worthy, to have something really in the hands that you do this work of reclaiming your identity from the inside out, I have something for you. This is a gift to you. It's called a Reclaim Yourself Back free guide. Just find it in the link in the description. It's for a woman who is ready to stop building her worth on a wrong foundation, wrong things, and start living it, building it with what already is inside her. Girls, get up. It's yours. Thank you for being here, for trusting this space with the real stuff. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.